drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. No way. No way. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Makes the only sense as it all awaits. To step in hope, kick time away. If this is what it takes to be in stopping this anomaly, curing every destiny into what it has to be. Just this once is all I have to be. Turn me into stone if it can't be done. If wrong starts walking, we all come running. There shouldn't be a fight that is all in vain. Makes the only sense. Kick time away. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. No way. No way. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. No way. No way. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. No way. No way. Every single drop of all you got. Every single drop of all you got. Every single bit of all you have. Every single bit of all you have. Makes the only sense as it all awaits. To step in hope, kick time away. If this is what it takes to be in stopping this anomaly, curing every destiny into what it has to be. Just this once is all I have to be. Turn me into stone if it can't be done. If wrong starts walking, we all come running. There shouldn't be a fight that is all in vain. Makes the only sense. Kick time away. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. No way. No way. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. No way.
There we go. And we are officially live with episode 119 of the JAC Show. And I am, of course, Oh, actually, and as you notice, we're finally normal episode. After I counted, Jack. After counted, after like 5 episodes, we're finally back into the normal
Really?
one. Yeah, so it's 5 episodes, 5 special episodes in a row. It went from Continue RE5 to Guilty Gear to the Sonic 2 Sonic 2 EFAP. No wait,
Hmm.
this I guess talk about Sonic is kind of a normal episode, but it was we're only talking about just one thing, so it's kind of
Hmm.
different. And then the Sonic 2 EFAP, then the Secret of the Mind episode, and now we're in a normal episode.
Hell yeah. It's been a
And,
while then.
at least feels like it. And hello, Ghetto. I see him in the chat with his Orasan. Look at the Jew. Oh, hold on. There we go. Now it can be seen on the YouTube end. Oh, and of course, to redo introductions. I'm the generally beautiful and moronic CAC.
And I am your now somewhat tired Jack.
And of course, I will say this. Please let us know how Jack sounds here on the YouTube end. I think he might sound a little low, but please.
I think so too, because like as I said before on the pre-stream, uh Rocksmith kind of changed a lot of things for my audio settings for some reason.
Yeah, so please let us know if Jack sounds on equal level to me and I'm not overpowering him. It looks like he should be fine, but we didn't have enough. I didn't have enough time to test this out because I'm coming literally straight from work to here. Ghetto says now he sounds better, but I'm guessing Jack, did you have to get literally close to the mic?
Oh, I just literally switched the. I pressed like one button to, like one notch of the volume.
Oh, well then now you sound better. All it took was one button, thank God.
But I did get closer just to move that notch. But let's find out right now.
Well, it's probably best we should make a habit of being very close to the mic. You gotta get all the crisp sounds.
Well, I have a de-esser on, so I'm not gonna have any crisp sounds.
Sucks to be you. Oh, but so Jack and I, well, there is a little bit of not really a format, but we do got some topics that at least interest me, and as well, we definitely got some stories to share. One that just happened, at least in terms of what I was hearing, literally on my way from work, and
Hmm.
something I was hearing that literally just pissed me off,
Oh,
and yeah, to the point like I wasn't road raging, but it was definitely one of those like I need to get it out of my system so that I can feel better. And Jack also said something to share in regards to Rocksmith, which let me know how that is. It's always one of those things I wanted to try, but I was always kind of skeptical of like of how it's advertised as it is, so to
oh
speak.
well. Then the caveat is I haven't played it yet.
God dang it. Well,
It was more about the topic of like the
t-
process of getting it working.
well then let's start with that then, just to hear things they'll tell us. So what was it about setting up this setting up Rocksmith that caused you so much trouble?
I was working on trying to get this thing work. Well, I was trying to get this thing working for like around 2 hours.
God dang.
And, yeah, it was something simple actually, which is what annoyed me.
Oh.
And the thing is that it was okay. So Rocksmith is a 2014 game, and I knew that I was gonna find some bugs in it, or like I was gonna have some troubles with it just because it's old. Uh, Thankfully, I already saw like a video beforehand on how to install it properly without seeing all the bugs yet. So when I went to look at that video, the guy literally says, "Go into the Rocksmith or like into the file folder that has Rocksmith and make sure you change that to Windows 7 compatibility." So like it would be playing it as as like it was on Windows 7. And supposedly there's 4 things that fixes. I don't know what those 4 things are. I don't even want to find out.
That's already not a good sign if you literally have to trick it into a different operating system.
Yeah, you have to go to your like right click properties, then go to compatibilities and switch it to make it to Windows 7 or something like that.
No, that's it sounds like one of those it sounds like a virtual machine you install on your computer just so you can run DOS games.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. So, um what annoyed me as well is that you have to sign into a Ubisoft account.
Of course.
I mean, I'm fine with Ubisoft in the sense of like having to do all that, but I was already tired and I kind of forgot my password.
Oh, and
And I have a bunch of passwords that I go through. But thankfully, I had the best way I can find out if I have the right password or not is I literally go into the Uplay store, which is their version of a Steam,
right.
and try to sign in from there. And that's how I remember. I don't know why, but that's just me. So I did that. I signed in, and I noticed something.
What?
There is no audio. Like the game
Oh,
has no audio.
kind of need that for a
Yeah, I kind of need
guitar
that
game.
for. Yeah, yeah. So I closed the app,
Rocksmith
go looking
Beethoven
around,
edition.
and I find out that for some weird reason it changed my sound settings to something else. It changed it to what my Oculus Quest audio settings.
What?
Because if you plug in your Oculus Quest into your computer, it will have like another secondary channel where it will switch between the two like sounds. So if you want to, you can like switch it back to desktop and then switch it to Oculus, vice
I
versa.
I see.
But for some reason, it switched it without me putting on the headset or even having it plugged in. So I
Okay.
went ahead, changed that. It fixed the audio. I went to see if I could try to play the game. I put in my audio interface and connected it to my guitar. I was already excited. I was gonna play, and I go into the section where it says like, uh, it's connected through cable, and it doesn't pick up anything. So I'm like,
It
why?
if
Why?
if I
So I'm like,
remember,
okay, yeah, it has that real tone cable, whatever it's called, real toner.
it's their proprietary cable Ubisoft wants you to buy every copy of
Yeah.
this game. Proprietary.
Now the problem is, how am I gonna get that cable without having to possibly spend a good amount of money in eBay? So I'm like, okay, maybe my audio software, my audio interface is like inside the microphone area. No, unless if I want to sing a cappella for each note, I can only have my trusty headset, and that's it. So I go online and I find out that to make it work, I have to make it work with my audio interface. I have to go and download this separate, I guess, file. It's more of a file to trick the game to thinking that my audio interface is a real tone cable.
Sure it wasn't a driver you had to download?
It's not a driver. It's not a driver. The
Okay.
Ubisoft does never wants it to be that easy.
Nope.
They always want you to buy their stuff and their products. So and plus I got this from GitHub. So there you go. It's literally
So
some guy
so in
out there.
so in all of that, nothing went to your mind and went, in the 2 hours it took me to set this up, in which you hadn't even really played the thing, so you don't even sure how well it will sync up. In those 2 hours, you didn't think to yourself, maybe I should have just bought a used PS2 and a used copy of Guitar Hero 3 or 2.
No. No. Plus, I heard that it does sound good because a lot of people do use audio interfaces with it. So I was wondering why it was not working. But
I
yeah,
see.
I got that. It's that zip file only has like 3 files, two of them you can edit, and I don't know what the other third one is, but you need it. So it has this weird thing you do. You drag and drop them into the folder that the game's on. Then you open the game, close it immediately, and then because then it'll recognize whatever ASIO files they are, like what type of things you have.
I gotcha.
And then from there, on one of the files you edit it, and then you type in the name of whatever like the ASIO was named. So like for me, it's called Focusrite USB something. So I put that in, change the channel to 1, which is apparently counts in the same way as you do in coding. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see.
I then finally it recognized my audio interface. I was so happy until I realized something.
What?
The audio is gone again.
Oh, God. Did it switch again, or is it just gone?
It's gone. Like I looked at my windows to see if like the game switched my audio again. It didn't. And I turned off my computer, turned it back on, played the game. It didn't work. I spent around like a good port. That was the other half of the hour, by the way. This is the other half. Me trying to look around, see what's wrong, and what's happening with my stuff. And I found, I'm like, you know what? Let me just type in the model of my audio interface, which is a Scarlett Solo, and type in that and Rocksmith and hope for the best. I found 2 videos of a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them, but I found 2 videos that kind of helped, but didn't help my issue until, and thank God for this. Thank God. This man was a gift from God, because God gave me the will to scroll down the comments, and some guy was like, "Hey, if you want this to sound out from your Windows audio, use this." And it was literally changing on the very top of the file. There's one thing that says like enable something something audio 0. Literally just change that to a 1. I did that, played the game, and audio was working.
So all in all, would you rate your experience at 7 or 8 out of 10?
It's a rating.
Who knows? Maybe you will look past it once you dive deep into the game.
Oh, I'll play it like after the stream, and if it's good and if it's annoying, I mean if it okay, sorry, I'm speaking about past right now from the past, but if it's good, I might end up streaming it too.
Yeah, you get to see Jack's guitar skills live.
Live,
You know
yeah.
that you know what that means, Jack.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
You know what that means, Jack. You know what that means?
What?
Better not mess up.
Oh, that's true.
You gotta mess up because girls are watching. You don't want to
by
mess
the
up
way-
playing guitars.
By the way, remember we have apparently Rocksmith has multiplayer.
Nani?
I think I'm correct, because people were saying whenever I was looking through those audio interface videos, it was saying, "Oh, if you have like this many channels, you can do multiplayer." I'm like, "Huh."
Well, we're gonna have a battle of the bands live on air. Which one
Yeah.
can do the sickest guitar riff?
Yeah, instead of playing Guitar Hero and multiplayer, we're gonna be playing real guitars.
Oh. Or we just end up or the stream just ends up being a glorified jam session.
Also, yes, Ghetto, we did had a double jack for a second there. That it was
He's gone now. Don't worry.
yeah, we
Oh
that was anti-Jack trying to get out of the basement again.
yeah, it's anti Jack. We call him Bob. He's it's
We
part
call
of
him AJ.
No, that's already taken for Angry Joe.
Oh, damn.
Oh, and also hello Johnny Cage. He goes, I rate it as a 3 to 3rd chance to win. your your house Jackson go down. Oh, well, well, yes, but still, that sounds cool. Now, when I say now, is multiplayer an inherent thing that the game can do, or something you can kind of jerry rig to do?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out one day.
I never heard of Rocksmith having any type of multiplayer capabilities, but
Who knows? Maybe it'll be like if there's people with two different instruments, like a bass and a guitar. I don't know.
Intriguing.
Or a rhythm guitar and a lead guitar.
Yay! Then but then we can do Peso and the Dandy live.
Hell yeah!
He won't be rapping, but he'll surely be pinning that guitar real good. Which, by the way, speaking of Peso and the Dandy, anything to update or still not yet?
Not yet. I mean, I am currently waiting for a good chance to record it without having my brother listening, because that's the key there. I don't want him listening in.
All right, we gotta find a proper studio for Jack, so he can get in a recording booth. So the producer
All right,
right
everyone.
then there.
Everyone, go to our Kickstarter so we can be able to rent out a record room for one day.
And the producer just looks at us and he goes, "Well," opens the bottle. He's on pay by the hour.
Hey, I did notice something though.
What?
So I saw this one TikTok that had the first video for Charlie Puth. I think that's how you say his last name. And another one where the first video or the first song that Post Malone made. Both of them had very joking, comedic, and somewhat serious music. Not really serious, but it's there. So if those two can make it from making a weird, wacky song,
Then you got
chances are, what if Peso and the Dandy becomes something?
And look, the future is bright. Now let's not put all our cards on it, but the future is bright. Let's just worry about making this thing actually real, because right now it's only 50% real. I did my 50%. Now it's up to you to do the other 50%.
The future is in the palm of my hands.
And also, Johnny Cage is thinking about the whole family's home to assert your dominance.
Ask everyone to come into my room.
Hey, and you start rapping the lyrics he rewrote. That'll be interesting.
Oh no, even then, better. I asked everyone to come into my room. They do the ad libs.
In Spanish, all in Spanish.
Oh yes, all in Spanish.
Oh man. All right, so I want to get I want to get this out of the way. So that's your story. But you know what? I've gone through. You know what? At least by the end, it had a happy ending. Mine doesn't really have an ending per se, but it's more in the realm of what do I do now. So I'll try to keep this short and sweet because number one, it involves comic books, and no, it's not about. I'm not pissed about whatever story DC or Marvel's doing, or anything like that. It's more so involving independent comic books, and a certain YouTube channel that I subscribe to, called Comics Matter with your boy Zach. And I'll try to keep it short. So, Zach, for context, this is a person I've been subscribed to for now, as of now, like 5 years, and pretty much he's pretty much a middle-aged divorced man who comments and sometimes rants about the state of the comic industry, today. And he's actually, for like the first few years of his channel, he got a lot of notoriety, and he was called every Istanphobe name in the book, all because he had less than nice opinions about the actual bad books Marvel was putting out at the time. Just give you get context. And but because of that time, it inspired him to actually make his own books. And so, aside from having his YouTube channel, he also used it as a way to promote his actual his Kickstarters. And he crowdfunds all these different books that he's had, and that's what is mainly involved. Because he's been doing it for quite a while. Unfortunately, what's going on currently is causing a lot of people to at least be very critical of him. And his recent video, in which I think he had a less look, because I just was watching it on the way here, and he had a less than stellar response. So to kind of sum it up, so he has this big series that everyone likes from him. Likes from him called Jawbreakers, and he's released 2 of them. They've been his most successful comics, that in which he's grossed the most money and had the most people back. And about a year and a half ago, he started the campaign for this 3rd Jawbreakers book. Everyone's excited. Everyone wants it. It's good. I was unfortunately at the time I didn't have the funds to back it, so I was unfortunately gonna miss out. And it's like, okay, and so it's like, okay, no big deal. So the only thing, so I'm bringing this up, is because lately he's been getting a lot of comments, like pretty much people tell him, hey, what's taking so long in the book? Now, he is just one man, and producing your own comic book, that takes a lot of resources, a lot of time and money. So it's kind of those understandable things. It is not like as soon as people gave them the money, they started complaining. No, pretty much after a year, after the people backed his practice project, and they're asking what's the current state of the book. He's been updating, letting people know how it's going on and so forth. But lately he's been showing that he's getting very irritable about people asking him, like, hey, why is your book so late? And here's more context. Because as he was doing this, he also launched other campaigns for other comics that he was doing. Now they're much smaller in scale, and literally there were like these spur of the moment ideas that he just wanted to produce and get it out quick, which is fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's been finishing those as he's doing this big one, and you would think, and he would explain, like, well, these are the ones that are meant to be quick and get down. He's like, okay, but unfortunately, a lot of them are kind of hit or miss. So it's like people are backing these projects, and they're going, I'm not into what is essentially his books, his opinions, what's going on in the world. That's essentially what they are. And they're like, they want to have his fun, his big like team book. That's like, it's his X-Men, it's his Avengers, so to speak. And people are and going on, and he addresses it the best he can. But I think instead of just being, hey, look, it's late, I'll do better in the future, but it will come out, and you guys are like, he initially started that way, but because he's always talking, he's always getting new ideas, wants to do new projects, and always says that, okay, as soon as I'm done with this, then I'll launch the next project and so forth. He still is doing other projects, because he has this book I'm mentioning. He's just finished another big book that is actually related to the Expendables, if you remember of those movies, which was which is a big deal, because it's a independent comic book maker has a big making a comic with a big property. That's a very big deal, and that took long. So I took most of the time making pausing his Jawbreakers book. And then, what was it? And then, of course, he gets getting more of these little smaller books where very short stories, kind of his comments on what's going on in the world. And then finally, people can ask you, like, dude, you keep doing these other things, but yet there's no real progression on the main book that we're all waiting for. And it's been, as he says, 18 months. And going by the time he says when the book will be out, it's already late. And don't die on me, Jack. Don't die on me.
I freaking hit myself on the table.
Oh, no. These wasn't your toes.
Yeah.
So now to get to the point. Now, one thing would piss me off, because I was kind of like, okay, being given the benefit of the doubt, because it's a big project. He really wants to take his time, perhaps too much time, kind of almost being a perfectionist about it. And and even though I kind of missed the chance, like, all right, he's going to, he'll find a way to make up for it, because he definitely wants more people to come back to back more of his comics.
Yeah.
And just today in this video, he finally gives the updates, like, all right, look, the comic is being printed, is no longer like in making. It's gonna be printed, which means it's going to be fulfilled and sent out in like relatively soon, usually about a month. All just to say to everyone, and everyone who's legitimately complaining and criticizing how long he's taking this, he just tells him to F off.
Oh my god.
And I'm like,
no.
And he says all this because in the context of the video he does this, he was talking of how essentially there's no more balls in the comic industry, which I can understand. There's definitely less people willing to take risks within this industry that's clearly needs work. That's just to say that people who are legitimately complaining that he's not that he's taking too long with this project to F off because he's finally printed it out. It's like either he meant that as the way of like finally just stop complaining to me about it, like in the spur of the moment, or to me that just sounds like, so even if we have legitimate complaints, try to be formal with you, you're still just gonna tell us to F off.
Yeah.
Like he could have just said, I was like, all right, it's done. I don't want to hear no more about it. It's coming. I would have been fine with that instead of having insulting his very loyal audience. Because also keep this in mind, he makes videos every day, but somehow he hasn't improved his YouTubing, so to speak. And it's not like he's using it, like literally everything he does is from his tablet. Everything. Like for us, Jack, we're more prepared than him. At least we have proper mics. We have the ability to at least edit and make videos. But for him, everything is literally like he literally even shows like him going to stop recording on OBS because he literally doesn't want to do any editing. And whatever minor editing that he has to do, he complains as if it takes a whole day to either literally cut recording footage or to put an image or a clip at a certain point in the video, as if that's some undertaking to do that. Maybe because of his tablet it is, but if he had like a laptop or a desktop, then it's like, then what's the deal? Like, and he's getting a lot of support, and there's like literally other people like colleagues and friends that are trying to help him. Literally a professional comic book artist who has his own comic company, who's doing well, literally offered him, hey, let me help you fulfill your Jawbreakers book so that it can be out on time. And he refused!
Oh my god.
I was like, and is this no clear reason why even the other person, is like, oh my gosh. And also doesn't help. It also doesn't help that even though he rebranded, because his channel used to be called something else, but even though he's rebranded as Comics Matter with your boy Zach, it's kind of ironic how many times he says nothing matters in his videos. I'm like, and to me, it's like you're literally going against what your point in the channel's called. You keep saying nothing matters, even though your channel says Comics Matter. And so he's very, and there's like so much to unpack. The point is that even though I was late on and couldn't back, I have backed previous books, and I want to support him. But his current decisions and comments and just kind of almost like I started, but I'm like he's at a point where like, you know what, dude, just if you want to live a normal life, live a normal life. Get that regular job that you literally said in the video you want a normal job. he almost don't want to be YouTube anymore.
Oh my god.
Even though like he literally says, "All right, things aren't really changing. I'm just no longer gonna be. I'm still gonna be doing the same thing, but I am not going to." I honestly have no idea how he describes it. It literally, it was. I legit thought he was like, "Okay, this is his retirement video." No, he just means he's gonna stop covering a lot of topics related to comics, even
So
and just start and keep talking about topics related to comics.
so like this. Hey guys, I'm not really feeling this anymore. I'm not getting the subscriber counts I wanted.
Oh,
So I'm gonna still be doing videos, but the spirit on the videos, the spirit that I usually did before, it's gonna be gone.
that's you know what? It's doing the subscribe thing because literally his channel's been very stagnant. It's been very stagnant. Aside from that, you're spot on. Pretty much, his
yeah,
spirit
yeah,
is dead. I could
yeah.
his sense of humor is still there, but his spirit is dead, and it just kind of it makes it why I'm so pissed, but also just like I pity him.
You know, the only reason why I know how exactly this feels like is because I followed this one YouTuber, and it was almost the same way. You know how YouTube has that weird membership thing you can do like $5 a month.
Right.
So I was following. I was backing that channel for pretty much close to 2 years. Um, because well, at the start of it, he's like, okay, well, we're gonna revamp the channel after he went missing for like a year or two for no reason. I don't know what reason. I think he said something about mental health, so maybe that is the reason. But he said he was gonna revamp the channel, and in this like over the dramatic YouTube video, because it has like a lot of special effects. It's like, oh yeah, we're changing this channel to be more like this. It's gonna be very role play esque. And in this whole speech he's putting out in this and like this in this little trailer of the revamp, he's saying things like, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna be like other YouTube channels where they have sponsorships that chill out useless things that you won't like, or etc. etc." Then many videos later, almost all the videos and almost like every single instance on his Discord was the equivalent of, so guys, if you keep interacting with the Discord, you'll get these coins, this little currency, and this currency you can actually do something with it. You can be able to purchase G Fuel.
What?
Uh, yeah, you can be able to purchase this. Insert sponsorship here. And somebody after a while he wasn't putting out any content anymore. Like literally, there was always some weird shit going on that it was like, oh yeah, this happened. Oh yeah, this happened. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. This video that everyone's been waiting for is gonna be held back a little bit. But you have this thing. Yeah, yeah, like you have this thing right here. You like that? I know some of you liked it, and people were getting tired of it. And plus, his little weird revamp thing never worked well. Everything was buggy. His own little website that he made was buggy as hell. It never worked half the time. It was frozen always, and it got to the point where like everyone kept bothering him, saying like, "Hey, your website's not working. Hey, this is not working. Hey, I never got this on my I never got this shipped." And it got to the point where this guy literally, I guess he snapped for a bit, and he was saying things like he made this whole long community YouTube post saying something along the lines of like, "I've been stressed out. Uh, you've been, you guys have been constantly bitching at me about these things. It'll be out when it's out. I am a
Oh
one
boy.
person team." Like he was doing that same thing that Zach is doing.
It'll
Literally
be,
just blaming everyone else except for him.
it'll be,
And
it'll be out when
yeah,
it's out.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. And
that's fine.
from there, although here's the one thing that kind of changed it compared to Zach.
Hmm.
2 weeks later, he then went ahead. He kept up the message, I think, but he said, "So with the previous message, I did a lot of thinking about what you guys said, and you're right. I haven't been doing everything that I promised. I haven't been putting out a monthly video, and I'm gonna leave this up to you guys now. If you guys want me to continue the channel, vote here. If you don't want me to continue the channel, vote here." Literally, somehow I'm surprised because some people actually did apparently care. They they said to keep going with the channel. Now supposedly he's working less on the whole weird. I don't know what he was doing. I guess like role playing aspect of his channel and trying to now focus on the actual content. I of course have not been backing him for quite a while because if there's no content that I like, then what's the point of me backing it? And literally just like I think 2 days ago, he put out a tweet or something that said along the lines of like, "Hey, so this content's gonna be delayed again because I had a I had something. The editor unexpectedly quit." I'm like, "Oh boy,
Oh boy.
here we go again." But yeah, so
Yeah.
I understand completely.
Funny about the membership thing. Zach
Hmm.
did. For a while, he did actually have a membership part of his YouTube account. Then he
Hmm.
took it down because even he felt like there's not enough content I'm making that warrants it, so he took it down. So at least I guess I can't fault him for that. And again, he is the one making the content, which
But again, he
and to
has a
actually
Kickstarter.
many Indiegogo campaigns, many, and also Bolt. Hello, sir. He says when you upload a video every day, you have no time to improve. Yes and no.
Oh yeah.
Yes and no. Because I'll put it this way. You it's
Mm.
because especially if you want to make YouTube your livelihood or you want to make some decent wages out of it, you're gonna have to put in the effort to at least improve your video, if at least in slower ways throughout time. And keep in mind, Zach has had this channel and been uploading videos for now 5 years now, and he's still. I mean, the only thing that's really changed is he went from recording videos from his phone to using a tablet.
Hell yeah.
And he only used a phone because it was a convenient way to record his comic reviews when he used to do that. When he used to do comic reviews. But but so it's not like he is, and he does share some little thing of his private life, and he does seem like a very busy person. But still, though, if you're doing this for 5 years, there has to be some sign of improvement of things to make YouTube at least a bit easier for you, instead of
I
doing
mean,
literally
basically,
everything on your own.
I don't know how many subscribers he has, but
He's at least
if he,
slightly over 100,000.
I think by then people will at least get like a very cheap editor. No, I don't know. I don't know when's
I
the
don't know
time they
how
get
he
editors.
I don't know how he manages his finances. So that's stuff we'll never know. And
Yeah.
and obviously maybe he doesn't want to go that way of being a YouTuber, which is completely fine, completely fine. He wants to make comic books, and gosh darn it, I can respect that. Just please, if someone tells you stop being so lit on your books, just take the L. And like he literally made a freaking almost 40-minute video on how it's actually better to wait for a comic than it is to release it in a time. I kid you not. Freaking using charts and graphs to try to convince his audience that hey, the hype and waiting for the book and for it to arrive is much better than to get it quickly. And it's almost as if he thinks people want the book as if you're getting it from the store. Obviously,
Mhm.
if people are aware that he is one person, it takes time to produce a lot of books, print them and to send them out. No one's asking them to have it the next day delivery. All they are just asking is like, hey, can you can you at least give us a more honest time when these books be finished, and and at least release the books within or around the time estimated, not 8 months after the initial time when the book should have been delivered, or
Yeah.
9 months, or even he hasn't. I'll give him credit. There hasn't been a book in which he's like 2 years late, but already has several books where he's already been over a year late in making them.
Oof.
Yeah. Let me read some of the chat real quick. Vault 9236 says black-pilled. No, maybe not black. I won't say black-pilled. I would just say he's just kind of fed up with everything. And get him with the it'll be out when it's out. God, that. Man. Let's see. Johnny K says Zach has his dumbass runs every now and then, the current one included. Yeah, very much so. You know, he actually turned down an offer to go to on the Joe Rogan show.
Really?
Yeah, back when he was gaining that notoriety, he was literally given an offer to appear on Joe Rogan's show. He declined it and instead decided to appear on an interview on some like mediocre Comedy Central show, in which his interview was like painfully edited to make him look worse than he actually is.
I mean, I kind of suspected that when you said Comedy Central.
Like he accepts that, but doesn't accept to go on Joe Rogan. I think he didn't do it because he didn't want to fly to LA, which I guess that's fine. Maybe he didn't have the means to. But why would Comedy Central be any better? Oh god. Oh Johnny. Let's see. Johnny continues. I was still in my own place in another city when he launched Grand Theft Auto and that was before COVID for F6. Yeah. Oh, here's something else too. So I follow a lot of big independent comic creators, and sometimes, if they will do like a last minute campaign. Where like, hey, if you did not back the book when it initially was active, here's your final chance to get it now, and that's, that's pretty good. That's good sort of marketing. That's a good way to get extra sales. There's no bad thing in doing that if you have the financials and living space to do so.
Yeah.
Zach, even though the book is literally gonna be in his audience's hands in about less than 2 months, he does another campaign where instead of it being a last minute chance to get your copy of his new book, no, he does a campaign that lasts only a weekend, so about 2 or 3 days, and it's only for the people who already backed his book if they want to add other books into their. If they want to purchase other books, the only benefit is they don't have to pay shipping. And I'm like, what? And I was confused because, like, wait, so this is only for the people who already backed the book. This isn't for people who missed out on the opportunity and wants to take advantage of the fact that the book is nearly completed and give you what?
It's just like, okay, I guess. I mean, yay, free shipping.
Yeah, that's my thought. That's my thought too. It's like, awesome. If I backed it, would have gone like one of his like 10 other books. He finished in a timely manner. And I'm like, okay. Oh man. Let's see. Ghetto says last thing I read from him was that the book where some guys go against the cartel. I remember it being asked with art that was hard to follow. Oh yeah, that was his very first crowdfund book he did, which is called Iron Sights 1. Yeah, so that's his very first book, at least his first crowdfunded book. I didn't read it because I wasn't too into it, but some people like it. It was good enough they got a sequel, and it's getting another sequel, now. So
is it really called a sequel if it's already there's a sequel?
It's a sequel to the sequel.
Oh.
There you go. He's literally making Iron Sights trilogy, and I do remember when he was like talking about that when Ghetto said being the ass being art, he says he wants the book to have a cheap feel to it. He goes, he wants the book to feel like something you will see in the bathroom floor in Mexico. His words.
Also, I take offense to that.
I mean, no matter what country, unless maybe Japan, any bathroom
Nah,
floor
what
in,
about the
in any
what about
country,
them Egypt ones?
like the
The
fancy
one that
Cairo
Joseph, no, the one that Joseph Joestar went to.
Oh, did you go to any restroom
Or,
in Egypt?
or somewhere in between. I know somewhere. Basically, where
What?
he basically said that the poo turned to dust already.
Oh god dang! What am I thinking of part 2? You're talking about part 3. God dang it!
Yeah.
Only thing I remember about toilet in part 3 is the one with the pig. You know the one, but I think that was in
Oh
India.
my god.
I think that was in India. Oh, let me keep reading the comments real quick. Johnny Cage continues. Not to mention being the unexpendable is because, he kept saying this, and I quote, "The book is pretty much done, but it's so good that I'm choking under pressure to just wait." He literally says that, I'm glad he's confident enough in his own books to be like, yeah, it's gonna be great when you get it. And for his recent book, he even says that, hey, you're gonna forget all that long wait you get it once you read it because it's gonna be that good. And I'm like, that's a huge risk to put on people. Is your book gonna be that great that not only your audience is gonna go, man, this was so good, I'm gonna back the next project and wait maybe 24 months this time.
Just say it. 2 years. 2
Oh.
years.
No, you gotta say it like you're in business. Everything's 3, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, quarterly.
Nah, that sounds more like a mother in denial. Ah, yes, my child is 18 months old. Just say he's one
One some change.
and some change. No, he's 18 months old.
Seattle says in comment on the Ironside's book, he said that sounds like a lot of code to justify looking like ass. Hey, that's the artist's intention. Make of that what you will. It was his intention, so can you fault the artist for making the book look like crap if that was the intention? It's not a great intention, but hey, to each their own. Johnny Cage, and we finally catch up. He says Zach goes on these weird trains of thought that he thinks are genius, but actually makes no sense to anybody else with half a brain. Yeah, and that's what it is. Because I'm pretty sure I'll get over it. I just want to vent out, and because eventually, for every terrible decision or terrible thought he has, he makes up for it with like 10 other good ones. And then, and so the cycle then repeats, and the next time he just pisses me off or does something stupid. It's a cycle. It's a circle of life with him. Circle of life. Also, I do like how he doesn't review comics anymore, but uses the YouTube community post to review comics. And I'm like, hey, these could have been at least a solid 5-minute video. Just saying. Instead of you going on for 10 minutes about how there are no more kings and I don't know. You make that's weird analogy sometimes. But yeah. I'll stop there and we'll go on. So, actually, Jack, I want to address something with you. All right, this is something that you have been hiding from me for too long, and because I only just now have learned of it.
Does it involve the title of this stream?
Exactly.
All right, let me know. Hit me.
All right, Jack. How could you?
How could I?
How could you?
How could I? I have the nerve to do this.
How could you take one of the most profitable franchises in anything and turn it into what it is today? How did the mouse even find you all the way here down in Tejas?
Yeah, how did it? I still have no idea what it is. How did I?
So here's the thing, Jack. All right. So my title is actually not a lie. It's not a lie. All right. You ready? You want to see why?
I'll be the judge of it. Let's see.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a little screen share in a bit with you, Jack, and we're just got a little site called IMDb. You heard of it, right? IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do I finally have an IMDb? Hell yeah. I
Um,
hope so.
you will now.
Hell yeah.
All right,
I'm famous, ma. I'm famous
so
or infamous, however you want to see it.
so let me see. I'm actually gonna share it with you through the share screen on Discord so you can see. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
All right.
What the heck just happened? Oh, there you go.
They're trying to stop me from being infamous.
There we go. So you can see the screen. So as you can see, you have Jack Schaefer, writer, producer, director, and Jack
Yeah.
here is responsible for being the lead writer on WandaVision and Black Widow.
I see.
And and another Marvel series coming in this year called Agatha: House of Harkness, a spinoff from WandaVision's. And
yes, the Harkness test.
so yeah, Jack, how does it feel? How does it feel to be associated with a very mediocre Marvel movie and a very mediocre TV show? How does it feel to have a hand in that?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Here's two differences.
Okay.
Is he a sombrero samurai? And does he have all caps for his name?
Question.
I think not.
Does she have an sombrero? We don't know. She could be.
Oh, I thought it was the guy.
No, it's no. All turns out Jack's a woman.
Oh man, I knew it.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is gender reveal stream right here, folks.
Yeah, I'm using a voice mod. See, that's the thing. The voice mod was always
see, because he's working for the mouse, he got the best voice mod in the business. I see for all of y'all, even me.
Yeah,
and I saw him in person.
Whenever you and I go out to eat, I'm actually wearing like some kind of hybridized suit.
No, you know what it is. You have that Batman technology, or what the Arrow has, what Green Arrow has when he's talking. That's what that. So if you need money, folks, just ask Jack. He's got that Bruce Wayne, Oliver Queen money for you. Like just cha, and all he needs to do is just write for the mouse. That's all he needs to do. So I would say congratulations, but I will retroactively blame you for me not caring to watch the new Doctor Strange movie.
I didn't like it.
Oh,
the new Doctor Strange movie. Oh, that was fine. That was fine. I liked it.
Oh, you already seen it?
I didn't care much about the Wanda, which was literally the main antagonist.
Oh man, I'll watch it when it's on Disney Plus. I have no rush to see it. Besides, you already saw the best superhero movie of the year, Sonic 2.
Yeah.
So
for me, I don't care much about WandaVision. It was annoying. I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like the ending. And it's just like the new Doctor Strange is literally WandaVision 2.0.
Yeah, and the main character, the title of the movie gets sidelined just so she can grieve. She's grieving.
I was here thinking, I thought it was gonna be a different Wanda, but no. Apparently, it's apparently that thing that happened in the previous in WandaVision did not resolve as I thought it was. Apparently, she didn't finish grieving, so I'm like, okay, I see.
Yep. So, how was it to be Scarlett Johansson? Is she as pretty as the internet makes it be?
No.
It's all that CGI, is it? I knew it.
Another thing with Black Widow. Wait, what is the Black Widow? Is this movie or a show?
Movie. Yeah, it's one of it's I kid you. It's funny to think about how the most recent Marvel movies are just so forgettable. People even forget they came out. Like Black Widow, as seen here. Remember Shang-Chi?
Yeah, I think. I didn't even watch it.
Remember Eternals?
Didn't even watch it.
See, there you go. There you go.
You know what's funny? The only person that ever told me to watch any of these was my supervisor.
Yeah, the normies.
And for me, I'm like, okay, that's fine. I could watch it, but at the same time, like whenever I tried to like open up Disney Plus, I just did not have the energy to click on the freaking videos.
Oh man, the energy just to go click, click.
You know, the only
click.
the only reason why well, it's not the only reason, but it's a reason why I watched the new Doctor Strange movie was I like to think to myself, how does this look like without CGI? And I just like the thought of Benedict Cumberbatch
it's a
waving
lot,
his arms around.
pretty much with a bunch of green in the back.
Not just that, waving his arms around with a very serious tone, just going like, "Man, I gotta do this. I gotta do this very complicated spell because you just broke the timelines and the multiverse." Just doing the cha-cha while doing that.
You know what it is? Is that, you remember that clip, that behind the scenes clip of Flash and Supergirl?
Yes.
It's that. It's
Yes.
that, but somehow even more pathetic. Because not only is he doing all those weird hand things, but he's also on wires, and he's just kind of flipping over this big soundstage with a bunch of green behind him.
My favorite one is whenever he was like, he donned his cape and then like started cowl. It's a cowl apparently. He even said so.
Oh.
He jumped out off the building, got his cowl, and then like he almost like a type of look with his hands clapped together, zooming towards the freaking Cthulhu-esque monster.
Oh, is that the one with the one big eye and the tentacles?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Freaking what was it?
Okay.
Man, what is it called in D&D?
I don't know what's going on.
The Beholder. The Beholder.
So here's the thing.
Mhm.
I was almost excited because I saw that, because I was thinking, oh my god, they put Shuma Gorath in the freaking movie, only to find out that's technically not Shuma Gorath, even though he looks exactly like Shuma Gorath. And the only reason I know about Shuma Gorath is because he was in the freaking Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And I was like, you get the one-eyed tentacle monster associated with one of the biggest arcade games of all time, and he's not the one-eyed tentacle monster associated with one of the biggest arcade games of all time. It's like, what the? Like, it's not a legal thing. You're the only character. Just call it Shuma Gorath. That's all. That's you. So even on that, I was like, well, there's like all my excitement just windows. I didn't learn about the actual plot. I was like, forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah, I thought the whole movie was gonna be like, oh, it's a evil Wanda, or like it's a Wanda if she just went
based on
full
the trailers, I thought we're gonna go against Evil Strange. But I guess that's not really the case.
No. Here's what I thought. I thought it was gonna be evil Wanda, which is Scarlet Witch from a different dimension, and then weirdly enough, Doctor Strange has to team up with evil Doctor Strange from the What Ifs, because it was that cataclysmic that apparently was gonna happen.
Oh, and also I like how they added the Illuminati and did nothing with them.
Yeah. You'll be sad.
I saw the clip. I freaking saw the clip, and I'm going, really? Okay.
Yeah. This is what Disney bought Fox for.
Yeah.
This is what Disney bought Fox for. To literally and metaphorically say, this is what we think about your X-Men.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm still calling it. Watch. Reed Richards is gonna be cooked, and Magneto is gonna be black. I'm calling it right now.
Oh no.
All right, because every time, no writer can just make the Fantastic Four a nice, wholesome family, superhero families. No, you gotta add in some petty marital problems and make just everything look awkward and weird because that's gritty, that's real. No, you got. all of that, and then the X-Men. You can't just have them all. Let's just do crazy X-Men stuff. Now we gotta do all this bigotry and mutant rights and all that, and then put more straight into. Oh God, there's more to the X-Men than just my mutant rights. God dang it.
My mutants.
Freaking those goddamn muties.
I like the fact that this whole thing was I'm here thinking, so whatever happened to that one multiverse where literally the whole Illuminati has been like destroyed?
We'll never know. They'll probably never address it. And no, Johnny Cage, you take that back. Sue is not a hoe. She is a great character. Actually, you know what? The only time she has ever been perceived like that is only in the Ultimate Comics. That version, that's a very specific version of Sue Storm. I will agree. But if it's not that, take that away. Take that comic with you, sir. And you can't see me, but I'm doing the thing where you in the Shakespeare thing. You put your thumb in your mouth and you flick it.
Yeah,
I do that to you, Johnny. We gotta start doing that more. It's fun. It's fun just to do that. Oh, but then you gotta like spit in their general direction, which that one I'll skip that part.
Yeah, you just spit at the computer. spit at your computer. That's what you need to do.
Ghetto adds on. Ultimate Sue Storm, she was such a thought. She turned. That's actually true. Ultimate Invisible Woman was pretty much, very much a girl who didn't want to be in a committed relationship with Reed. That Ultimate Reed Richards was turned into a villain called the Maker.
Oh, I think I've heard about that. Yeah.
Where like is that you ever seen that one villain where like he has like an extended brain?
Let me.
He wears like this silver. It's called the Maker. He wears like this silver helmet, where you can only really see his jawline and his skull is just inflated.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that's Reed. That's Ultimate Reed Richards, and that's because his brain grew so large due to aliens that he has to wear that thing to cover his entire head.
What does this have to do with it? I am looking at the Maker and then type in Marvel, and then I look around and I see 2 posters of the Avengers of the movies.
Maybe it's some like article like, "Will the Maker be in the MCU?" Find out now. Find out now. Oh, speaking of articles, I won't say report, but I want to make a correction. As small as channels we are, it's still important to say this out loud. So, Jack, are you aware of any news regarding Fei Long?
Fei Long?
Fei Long. That Fei Long.
From Street Fighter?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
All right, so let me at least just bring it up because because I actually did my due diligence. I had to bring in some corrections. So let's see here. Here we go. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna share this with you through the share screen, so you can see it too, Jack.
All right.
There we go.
Where's my mouse? There's my mouse.
All right. So this comes from Nintendo Life. This article is called "Fei Long will never appear in Street Fighter again," says Street Fighter V composer. This came in yesterday, so it's very recent. And so it has been amended, but here is what the article originally states. Street Fighter fans may want to pour one out for a favorite character that's been part of a series since Super Street Fighter 2, at least according to Street Fighter V composer Daniel Lindholm. As you have seen if you read the headline and saw the image above, it seems that Fei Long may not feature at all in future Street Fighter games. The character Fei Long, a martial artist and action film star from Hong Kong, is Capcom's tribute to legendary martial artist and action film star Bruce Lee, and it seems that the Lee family has recently changed its mind when it comes to non-serious depictions of the deceased actor. As discussed in the composer's stream YouTube Q&A, which is no longer available, unfortunately, on May 7th, Comedic interpretations are reportedly a sticking point. Lynn Holmes says that the depiction must be honorable from this point on. Quote, a character that I know we won't see at all. There's been a lot of discussion about it. I mentioned earlier, a character I would like to rewrite the music for would be Fei Long. I do have other sources, not only Capcom, but friends of mine in the US are very close friends with the Lee family. And they have basically said that any kind of resemblance to Mr. Bruce Lee is now omitted for comedic effect, comic stuff. It needs to be honorable. That's why we won't see Fei Long again ever. So yeah, and the video is no longer there, so we'll have to take the article's word for it. G247 reached out to Capcom in order to verify the composer's claims, which Capcom's postman said we do not comment on rumor and or speculation. While it's unclear what prompted this change in approach from the Lee family, it's certainly not impossible that the backlash due to depiction in Quentin Tarantino's 2019 film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood may have caused the family to reconsider depictions of him in media. A shame for Street Fighter fans, that's for sure. If this information is accurate, we'll just have to hope that the Lee family reconsiders its position before the release of Street Fighter 6. So now there is an addendum here that number one, that because of the way this article was written, it made it seem that, obviously Fei Long will never appear in the game again. I do want to stress, and the composer actually did make a video in his channel addressing this, that he is not saying that he's not saying that this is what's actually going to happen. He's merely given, from what sources he has, information he's given. He is saying that it is unlikely that that Fei Long may reappear in future Street Fighter games. But since Capcom hasn't officially stated on what will they do with Fei Long, that's what all it is. It's just him speculating and should not be taken as any type of fact that Fei Long will never appear in future Street Fighter and or Capcom related games.
Damn.
So, as I said, I would love for Fei Long to come back for 6.
Compared to all the other Street Fighter characters, he's like the least wacky.
Yeah, and it's actually also funny because in Street Fighter 4, he literally even what's that fancy word? He alludes to Bruce Lee, in which he is inspired from. So technically, Bruce Lee does exist in the Street Fighter world. So, and as far as with Fei Long, I mean, it's not like with martial law and Tekken where he's made for goofs. Like Fei Long is literally just he's just Bruce Lee with no fluff and or kind of comedy about him. That's really it. So unless the Lee family literally does not want to see any character, I guess even as a parody in interpretation of Bruce Lee in any media, that's kind of a big stretch, and I don't know how you can really enforce that. Like how would you enforce like not having a Bruce Lee type character in the game?
By this point, Fei Long has been out for a long while to where he's like not even. I mean, you could still tell it's like a parody of Bruce Lee, but he's already his own character.
Yeah, he just happens to be a Hong Kong actor.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I just wanted to get that clarification for those who are unaware or wasn't even aware this was a thing. But yeah, there you go. I actually ended up seeing an interview with the composer, because I did not know that Street Fighter V actually have many different composers. I just thought he had like just one composer working throughout all the game's existence, but no, they have many, and he seemed like a cool guy. Kind of very liberal, but that's creative for you.
I just want the music from Street Fighter Third Strike. That's too much to ask.
Then play Street Fighter Third Strike.
I know, but I just want
more
of that type of music.
I'll say this: the Street Fighter 5 music is pretty awesome.
I don't know. It's weird for me to say it. It's weird for me to say it, but I'm just tired of seeing so much electronic type of music.
Oh, the good thing you're not into Tekken then. Good thing you're not into Tekken.
And guys, just for y'all to know, it is weird for me to say it, even though I do listen to.
Well, is it like a certain style, or you just like the genre in
I don't
general?
know. Most of like the modern genre of it seems too bland. It's like almost all the same.
I see.
It feels
Well,
samey.
uh, I haven't listened to every track in Street Fighter Five, but some characters do have that, but not every character does. Like for some reason, M Bison, he has a very Street Fighter 4S type of theme to him. For some reason, it
Hmm.
kind of works, but it's I wouldn't say it's the best track in the game. But freaking uh, uh Ryu, it's okay. Ryu's theme is good, right? It's
Hmm.
memorable. Everyone knows how it sounds. But
Yeah.
Street Fighter V's interpretation, there's something about it that just when you just like, don't get distracted, listen to it. Every single instrument in that
Sorry.
rendition of his theme, there's something about it that just makes it much better. And I'm hoping. I think maybe it's just the fact that it sounds like if it's not real instruments, at least whatever program they use, they made it believe that there's real instruments with all the drums, bass line guitars, and a little bit of flamenco style acoustics here and there, which is an interesting choice for Ryu.
Hmm.
But like, I want to like, I always thought of a video idea. I don't think I'll do it because I don't think there's too much interest in it. I remember like an idea was like looking at Street Fighter V's music because I legitimately think say what you about the game all you want, whatever, but the music I think is literally the one of the one thing it's hard to say Capcom didn't falter. They really got some talented folks to create some really great music for that game. I sincerely believe.
Mm, I don't have anything to say. I'll just abstain from saying anything.
Oh man.
Not that I don't agree nor disagree. I just like don't have anything to say.
Exactly, which is why, like, this is like, which is why it's hard for me to talk about it because it's like, who's gonna disagree with me? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. The
Now,
guy, yeah, me, the guy that barely played any more Street Fighter Five after that fiasco that we had.
oh, you used to listen to the music without playing the game, but that's neither here or there.
Hey,
What?
that's reliving bad memories.
But I guess.
Also, that would mean that it would taunt me with the theme music for Dan, knowing that I was never able to play Dan.
Oh yeah. That's. Have you ever attempted to see what happened there, or you just kind of like nah, just
Nah,
didn't uh,
it's mostly because I just don't really. I don't know. I don't have that much fun with Street Fighter Five
there.
compared to Guilty Gear or Dragon Ball Fighters, which is apparently, I guess that means I just like Arc System games now.
I suppose. Yeah, at least Street Fighter V's online is better than both those games.
Uh,
No, it's objectively better, which is not saying much, but at least you can have better lobbies and better matchmaking in SF5 than you can in Strive and in Dragon Ball Fighters. It's not an opinion. It's an objective fact.
to each their own.
I'm
I mean, to me,
not.
like,
I'm not coming on the gameplay. Like literally on the
well, no,
actual
I'm
how
talking
they're
about, yeah, but I'm
online.
talking about from my experience. That's it.
All right, all right.
Because from my experience, which was not the good times of Street Fighter Five online play, that's all I'm saying.
Well, I experienced of both the worst and the current time
I
Street
know
Fighter
you
Five.
experienced from both the worst, so we're both correct in our own like different timelines of what we experience.
Oh, Ghetto says they literally put Lee in a UFC game. I think that's more disrespectful than any parody. Nah, but Bruce Lee's the father of MMA, which I'm kind of like like he helped that the philosophy of it, but I really wouldn't call him the father of MMA. Not really. I never really, I never really bought into that viewpoint. I just I just don't see it. Johnny K says, "Say what I will about SF5. Do you have all night partner?" Hey, look. All I can say is, Capcom knows they're gonna have a tough sell for the next game. That's all, and that's an objective fact. I'm not defending any of Street Fighter V's flaws. I'm just saying the music's good, and that it should be, and that's worth listening to. That's all. That's all. Literally, I'm saying.
Damn, they should have just made a Street Fighter 6 with just pure music.
That it wouldn't be a Street Fighter game, wouldn't it? Now.
Well, if the only redeeming quality of Street Fighter 5 is the music,
I never
then...
said that was the only redeeming quality. I never said that. I said one of its great qualities that's been there since day one. Never says it's redeeming quality, and I still have fun. Fun with the game. Certainly helps that Virgo helped at least help me persuade to get my interest in it, and as well with all the stuff they've added to the game. Now that it's officially completed, there's a lot more things I would like to experiment and really just try to see how the current state of the game is. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm just going by how the game is currently at its present state.
Man, now that will be a thing. Go to an interview and they'll be like, "All right, you think you're good at selling stuff?" "Yeah, I think I'm good." "Sell me Street Fighter 5." Do it. Pitch me the idea.
I could pitch you the current version of Street Fighter 5 that's available now for $49.99. It comes with all the DLC.
All right, I'm listening. Now, can I get that now? Is the real question.
Yeah.
Really? With all the characters? I thought you still have to pay for all the characters.
Don't quote me. I think they had that offer. I don't know if it's still available, but you can buy the most up to date version with, I think, has the first 4 seasons worth of DLC. I don't think they had in the last the one that just finished. I believe that's the case.
I feel like that was the one. I think that's when we were trying to play that time frame.
That was the one. It was in the middle of its 5th season. That's what it was, or at least early on. I think it was early on.
I know that we were trying to play in one of the seasons, and then it never worked. But I think that was the time frame, and I did have the game, and I think it did tell me something about that. But for some weird reason, I wasn't able to play all the characters except for not even some of the older ones.
Ogaji, hello Ogaji. He goes, "What's up, sir? What's poppin'?" Just I feel like I'm trying to defend a game that I'm not trying to defend. That's what it feels like. Ghetto says,
everyone even people in the chat are like,
Like, I'm not even trying to sell you. I'm like, something's good, it's good. God dang it. Ghetto says, it was on sale for 2 weeks on Steam. Almost bought it, but I said no. And that's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna begrudge anyone who doesn't want to get Street Fighter 5 now. That's completely fair.
I'm just waiting to see what Street Fighter 6 is and how it plays.
Same here. Because apparently
it's not literally. I just don't like Street Fighter 5. I don't know. It's just the movements. There's something about the movement. It's just it feels off to me.
I'm sure.
I don't know what it is.
I'm sure there's something to it about.
But there's something.
There's something to it about the characters, how the flow of battle in Street Fighter 5, because it's very much different from the past 4 games. But
I think that's it.
I don't have the terminology to know exactly what's really different. But I do know for sure that Street Fighter 6 is definitely not going to be like Street Fighter 5 in terms of gameplay. Capcom has stated that they're going on a very different direction. What that direction is, we do not know.
It's exactly what I said before. Street Fighter 6 rhythm game.
I mean,
you're gonna have Ryu with the.
I mean, SNK did it, so.
You're gonna have Ryu with the not a guitar, but a keytar.
Not a shamisen or something. Something a Japanese. No taiko drum.
No, that's just racist.
Yeah, for the Japanese game to give their Japanese characters Japanese instruments.
Yeah, that's racist. You're stereotyping. You know what that. You know we're Western here.
Would you complain if El Fuerte had a Spanish guitar and a mariachi hat?
Damn it! You hit me at my weakness.
Oh, speaking of direction, moving on. So hey, so so if you thought your boy Zach took a while to release something, well,
Mhm.
guess what? Guess what's finally a reality after give about after 13 years.
What?
Avatar 2.
Oh yeah. That I said nah. My brother wanted to watch it. I'm like nah.
I'm
He's
actually
like
willing.
what?
I'm actually willing to watch it because it's for mostly because it's like I have I need no I have to rephrase that. It's like the way so long that for James Cameron to take this much involvement making the second film. I would like to know what was it that it required this amount of time for this movie to finally see the light of day. Like it's mostly just curiosity. I'm just very curious. And besides, first Avatar film wasn't like I hated it. It it's a visually beautiful movie. Just a very lacking story. And with aside from like maybe the main protagonist like and antagonist, not very memorable characters. It it was at least a spectacle to look at back when it came out back in 2009. So now that's 13 years later, I would love to see, in all that time, what was it that James Cameron did that was that he had to put that movie was on that much of development time. Now, from there's nothing to really gauge at the trailer. As there's nothing really eye catching to say the least, except from the fact that it looks like humans have adapted into the world of Pandora, which is I at least find a very interesting concept. I would just like to, but I would just like to see out of plain curiosity, and it's not and it's really not gonna cost much for me. Like unless the movie comes out and is a sincerely like don't watch it that type of bad movie, the worst that will happen is that I'll just kind of forget about it. That's really it. There's little to no risk for me in watching this movie, but I am just insanely curious to see, what was it that they needed so much time to make it.
They needed to add more water particles.
Or sky particles or some. I just am so curious because
They wanted to
oh,
recreate the area of Wind Waker.
because I actually I do have a story to tell. So, well, I wasn't too enthralled by the first Avatar movie. You know who was that? Someone I personally know, like very enthralled.
Really? Who?
Yes, my dad.
Really?
Now,
That was unexpected, actually.
so and with my dad, he's not really big into movies. He usually falls asleep on most movies he's watching. But he does have but I've noticed he very much does have a soft spot for sci-fi movies that actually do try in the sci-fi aspect. And what I mean by that is that if you present a sci-fi setting interesting and intriguing with a world that is very much different, then regardless of the quality of the plot, you will get him hooked. He, as like I stated before in the stream, he's the type of person that enjoys the Star Wars prequels for what they are because of how much they really expanded and showed the world of Star Wars and in its intricate settings and the world that they displayed. And Avatar, when that movie came out, his mind was blown of like how did they make this to the point that we got the initial Blu-ray when it came out, but then he got like this special collector's edition that included like hours upon hours of behind the scenes footage, and he watched every second of that. He wanted to know every single lore and every single thing that went into making that movie. He was that enthralled. And the only person I could and I can relate to that because I was that way when I first saw the original Star Wars trilogy, and I saw that documentary so many times of how the original movies were made. So I understand where he was, what captured him. You just want to know how the heck did they do this? And we take it for granted. We definitely take it for granted. 2009 when Avatar came in, there was literally nothing like it. I don't know how well it's really aged to this day. I'll be surprised if it did. But
Well, I would say, I mean, I think I guess what people would count like the CGI and the graphics, I think very well.
well, not
I don't
just
know. I haven't rewatched it, but
yeah,
since
but
nowadays, people are so used to that type of CGI now. Maybe not that great because of the story. I don't
may,
know.
maybe so. But it certainly was a trendsetter.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what James Cameron does. He's definitely a trendsetter. I gotta give him the respect of that as a director. And when you look at behind the scenes stuff, we make fun of how just earlier in the stream how they probably had to make Benedict Cumberbatch do goofy things on wires behind a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
When you look into the behind the scenes for Avatar, it really is, they go in depth of how they wanted this world to look like, because what they would do is, yeah, it's obviously in a big sound stage with a bunch of blue screen, I believe, not green screen, blue screen. But what they
Ooh,
would
they want to even set a trend there too.
oh no, George Lucas is already doing that in the prequels. But they set up a blue screen. What they did was they actually created the sets of what the world would be, but apply that same kind of motion capture technology onto the people and on the sets. And these very expensive looking sets, and they encourage the actors to climb onto trees, to move around as if they're not in the regular world, to really get in and sell the world of Pandora.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when you look and behind the scenes, they have these very intricate cameras where they have their full motion bodysuit, and they have these little headsets on, like they look like headsets with these overgrown mics, but what they are, these little handles that points into their face, and this is camera that's all their times on their face, and that's how they're able to capture all the facial cues and animations and insert that for the film. So
Mm-hmm.
it's literally all these actors having individual cameras on their faces at all times while they're doing the motion capturing. It's
Mm-hmm.
and at that time it was like very intriguing
Yeah, at that
technology.
time, like
So
literally,
which
that no
makes
one's
you
done that before.
I don't think if anyone's done that ever. I think, well, actually no, I take that back. I know they did that for Thanos. So again, one of those things you kind of take for granted because now every other big Hollywood movie does that. But that wasn't
Hell,
the
even
case.
games do it.
Yeah, but that wasn't the case 13 years ago. So now I'm just curious. Even if the story is kind of middling at best, I just want to know. I just want to know what's gonna be the next trendsetter.
They
Because
actually capture a real avatar. Like,
I just
all
very,
right, you go in the set.
I just really want to know what's gonna be the next trendsetter for cinema, and how that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing. So that's just why I want to see it, and also it can make for a good time for just my dad and my brother and I to go watch a movie, since he really did like really enjoy the first Avatar, and I
Well,
get
remember, watch it in 3D.
he probably would show the extra money just to do that.
Because that
uh,
was the thing. We watched it in 3D.
yes, that's very much true. So he
And I think
probably
that
would
was
have to do
the
that.
time where they switched the glasses to be like, instead of the red blue thing.
Yeah, that was also the trend saying from that movie where instead of the 3D being where where I think it was, if I remember, the movie was filmed intentionally to be in 3D, but not in the
Hmm.
spec that something's coming out of the screen, but to give depth into the world that you're looking at,
Yeah, yeah.
which again wasn't really done. The
You know,
gimmick.
that was a funny thing. Like, that was a funny thing about 3D. Like, whenever, especially Spy Kids, whenever there's like anything that's in 3D, they would always have to involve a scene going, Whoa.
Yeah, so they're coming into the camera and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would make it very gimmicky. And then Avatar came in and showed, nah, nah. We can make this very different, very unique. And unfortunately, but because of that, now, and we had like what after that, every big movie needed to be in 3D, even if it didn't make any sense.
Better yet, you know what's gonna happen?
What?
You're gonna go into the AMC 30, and then from there,
Probably
they're
go
gonna
for
strap you. They're
probably
gonna
go to the
strap
cinema.
you in into those Dolby chairs. They're gonna put a helmet on you, and they're gonna transport you in that world. You're gonna be fighting with them.
V. Oh my god.
It'll be
So,
VR.
no, you're pretty much it's pretty much sort of online Avatar edition. But
Next thing I'm gonna see on the news, AMC has recently got some people stuck in the Avatar world. Like, oh no, like, oh, there he is. There is Hack. There is Hack and his family.
oh man, but yeah, I think we'll see it. It'll most importantly, it'll make a good time. It'll make a good time for the family, and I'm just very curious to see, what they're gonna do. So
It does look pretty, like the whole area though. It does look very nice.
I'm just surprised. I'm just of course, one of the only I would care about this. One thing I take away was from like when I saw the main character, I was like, "Oh my god, it's Sam Worthington. I haven't seen you in years." Remember Sam Worthington? You remember Sam Worthington, right,
No,
Jack?
no, I only remember hair sex. I only remember hair sex.
Oh, I recall during that time that Sam Worthington, he was Hollywood pushing to be the next big like action star, because he was
Hmm.
in Avatar, he was in Terminator, he was in what else? I think those were the two big ones, Avatar and Terminator. What's the fourth one called? Terminator Salvation, and I think a few other. I think was he in Jumper? I think he was in Jumper.
I have no idea. I'm never good with names and
It's a
faces.
well. I'm not asking you. Probably I'm asking you. I'm asking the chat because I know
It's
you.
a
I know you well enough.
yeah. Thank you.
I think he was in Jumper, unless I'm confusing it with Push. I think Push is the one with Hayden Christensen. Like I kind of confuse those movies, but he was kind of pushing it for a while. But I don't know if I don't know if maybe he decided to just not do acting, or from this point of view, like imagine let's he's gotta be one of the most lucky SOBs on the planet. Because he's not that great of an actor. He's kind of mid, to be honest. But he got to have the lead role in, until recently, was the highest grossing film of all time. I think I wouldn't blame him if he went to an early retirement, because he's literally got set for life. He's like, I don't have to act anymore, be in commercials or do TV shows. I will literally do whatever the heck I want because I got my lucky break and be one of the highest grossing movies of all time. That son of a gun. I mean, I don't blame him. I would. You would, Jack. Don't even lie. You would.
I would what?
That if you got
Oh,
the opportunity to be one of
mhm.
the highest grossing movies of all time, would you even still continue working after that?
Oh, definitely not.
Exactly. So I don't blame Sam. I'm just by him. It is cool to see that he is gonna be back for the movie. Hopefully, he has improved his acting.
See, this is why I don't
Or
understand billionaires. I'm like, why keep working? Just relax.
nah, the
Just
hustle,
live
man.
off the interest.
Hustle.
Nah, just live off the interest. Relax and be sorry if you hear that yelling. But yeah, just like relax. Get some help.
That's probably why it took so long for the movies to be made. They kept calling him, "Hey Sam, you want to make this Avatar 2?" Not yet. "Hey Sam, you want to make Avatar 2?" Not yet. "Hey Sam, make Avatar 2." He looks at his bank account. He realizes he lost. Not lost. He already spent half of the $1 billion he's earned. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I could use the money.
Ghetto Machine says, other way around. Christensen was in Jumper,
Oh,
and he wasn't in Push. The
who wasn't
okay.
who wasn't Push? I could have sworn Sam Worthington was in other movies aside from Terminator, Salvation, and Avatar. Yeah, it's just the ones I know of. Ah, well, that's not important.
You know, I still have a problem with the guy in Avatar, like the main character itself,
Mm-hmm.
just like saying, I reject humanity, return to whatever that thing is.
The Navi.
Yeah. Yes, I forgot. That's how I was supposed to remember it. Or I was supposed to remember annoying blue character with annoying fairy blue character.
Oh, thank you, Theodore. Yes, he was in the Clash of the Titans remake and in the sequel, Wrath of the Titans. Oh, those were abysmal. Those are the worst offenders of having terrible 3D effects. And he was in the Black Ops games too. Good lord, he really was the big the I guess it would be the who's that? Not DiCaprio. Who's that Magic Mike guy again? That 21 Jump Street guy.
Damn.
Channing Tatum. There you go.
Yes.
Definitely was a Channing Tatum of his time, although not as pretty. Well, yeah, I'm optimistic about Avatar. I'm optimistic about Avatar too. It's not like, and besides, worst case scenario, like I said, it could be a Met movie, but I just want to see if it does anything that changed the way how movies are made.
Just make sure to watch it on a Tuesday.
Well, that's only if we go to ANC. Most likely, my dad will probably take us to the Cinemark. He likes their seats better.
Oh, you want to be fancy then? Why not go to the Star Cinema?
No, we want to be fancy, but we're not asking for. I'm not taking a date here. God dang.
but besides they have the Dolby rooms are good. I don't know. I like them. Does this mean I'm just too easy to please when it comes to chairs?
Maybe. Granted, it doesn't take much for me for a comfortable chair. Heck, my used computer chair doesn't even have handles.
What is he like? Does he want red velvet on his chairs? If he doesn't see them, he scoffs at them.
Actually, no. I think it's because he gets deals from Cinemark. He's like on their rewards list or whatever.
Oh, then that makes sense.
Damn, it's my dad's I'll say that my dad will. He will only get something expensive if he can get it at a discounted rate.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does. But sometimes
with your current living situation, I mean,
yeah,
he's doing something right.
Yeah, but yeah,
Exactly.
that's why he gets on my mom all the time about spending money. Like and you know, and he's very if he was like a single guy, he would I can imagine him being the guy who wants to be minimalist, and he'll get like a very nice apartment in a nice neighborhood that with barely any furniture in it, because he'll just have what he needs and that's about it.
Yeah. Just a little coffee table to put your mug.
Yeah,
Nice comfy sofa.
but
a chair.
he's definitely gonna have that fancy 40H screen TV.
Yes. All the money is spent on the TV.
Which, let's be fair, that's probably what we will do when we get our own place.
Pretty much what we would do.
And you too, everyone in the audience. We know our audience. You too. Yes, even you. Yes, even you, Ghetto.
Even you, the person I'm speaking to in the future, that's gonna be a future subscriber.
Even you, anyone who's rewatching this episode, Dr. Crow.
Even you.
Actually, no, not Dr. Crow. He's already married, so that moment is past. But if you have the money,
you, whoever finds this on the old cryptonet, not cryptonet, the old internet and the new world internet,
New World Order.
Yeah.
Gal says I sure would do all that. All I need is a TV and a chair. Don't forget the remote. Well, wait, but what system? What system would you plug into the TV? Or are you gonna do a thing where your TV is also your PC monitor?
Here's the thing, though. The TV is so like he invested so much money into that TV. Doesn't even need a remote.
He don't even need it.
It will just link with his thoughts, and it will automatically stream that.
No, or in more reality, he will just download a universal remote app on his phone and use the Bluetooth to be like, all right, let's go to here, here, here.
The future is now.
The future is actually I actually do that because we unfortunately one of the TVs in our home we lost the remote, so I've been using the literal like app to
How do you
control the
lose a
TV.
remote like that?
That's our question because we look high and low in the room in the room where that TV is has the lost remote. We looked high and low, my brother and I. We could not find it, and we had to cut our losses somewhere.
Did you check the fridge?
No, we
I'm not joking. Sometimes I've seen some weird video, like some weird stuff where people forget their remotes in the fridge.
no, it's not in the fridge,
Okay.
and trust me, my mom cleans that thing out like every 2 weeks. She would have noticed.
Okay.
Gallo says, "Hell, I visited a buddy. And he didn't have a couch. We sat on the floor and played vetting games. Time of his life. I would now a couch at least some sort of functional sitting furniture. That's a bit too much for me. That's a bit too much.
Tommy Matt.
Like at least something worth sitting on. Mostly because I have a big butt and it's very
Yeah, he has
uncomfortable.
all that cake.
Don't even start. And because it's very
Hey, it's for all the girls in the channel. They gotta. They apparently women like to stare at guys' butts.
I know.
You gotta please the women.
I know. I saw that King of the Hood episode.
Yeah.
What was that Dale? What was that Dale quote again?
Oh damn it.
Oh.
We're here. No, we're
No,
here.
no, 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 no. It's like literally season 1, where like they're trying to find a nice guy for Luann, and I think Dale says something like, "Women like strong, muscular butts." And then like in the scene later, he's in the restroom taking a piss, and he sees a guy next to him and starts looking at his butt. Kato says, "I probably try and hook up all my systems. I keep my PC on a desk. That'd be the only desk in the place." Yeah. You know, you know what? I would definitely do that. Have all my current systems try to plug into it. Only problem is, I don't know because I definitely will keep my Wii just so I can play GameCube games. The problem is I have to get a TV that not only has HDMI but also RCA.
You know, the weird thing for me,
And
if I
those
ever
are
had,
slowly
like,
and those are slowly dying out.
yeah, I would try to find those consoles as quickly as possible.
As quickly as humanly, yes, or at least if you have them, keep them until the day they die.
Yep. And I think my living space it'll be weird. My everything will be invested on my computer and or my TV.
What
Be
about
a very simple sofa and coffee table.
wait? But what about your guitars?
Yes. Uh, one prize guitar. Everything else is kind of like in the very mediocre stand.
What about a MIDI your MIDI keyboard, drum set,
Oh, that one
drum,
doesn't. I don't care.
drum set, microphone,
I don't have a
studio
drum set.
space,
No, I don't
mixer,
have a drum set.
aux cable.
Nah. MIDI keyboard will be in a closet collecting dust.
Wait, hold on. I'm not done yet. Sound shield, tom. Wait, that's part of the drum set. Sound shield, bass guitars, pick holders, and
holders,
monitor. It is now.
It is. I make them. I buy a 3D printer and make it myself.
your bass guitars, your keytars.
Basically, here's what my
piano.
Here's what my my room would be. It would be invested on my PC setup, a decent TV just so I could watch Netflix, and then a very nice kitchen.
With a marble top?
No, like when I mean nice kitchen, I mean good appliances and utensils, like actual very good cutting ware to like cut up my vegetables and a very like fancy skillet.
Granite countertop. Got it.
I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna have to ask someone about that.
Ask your mom. She'll know.
No, she won't. Actually, maybe she will.
Yeah. Hey, ask her about those marble countertops. She might have an
But
opinion.
no, I want one of them like those stoves that has like the two. Okay, it's four stove tops,
Right.
but in the middle they have a griddle, so I can be
Hmm.
able to grill stuff in there, or not grill
Hmm.
stuff, but like make smash burgers or like hash browns and things like that.
I see. I see. I see. I see. Now, here is a real question.
Hmm. Yes.
Where do we do we have laundry appliances?
Uh,
Do we have a washer and a dryer in this scenario?
you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do?
Gonna wash it
No,
off by hand?
no, close. So I found out this one person like on a YouTube video. She was showing around her Japanese apartment,
Oh, lucky, I guess.
and she found yeah, she found a washer that connects to her tub slash the shower head.
Okay.
So she unscrews the shower head, puts in the tube, and screws that in. She will then run the faucet like from the shower. It will it will start filling up the water inside that little mini washer, and that's how it washes everything. Basically, you just it's a small miniature washer, and you can be able to like connect it to your bathtub.
Yeah, that sounds like a Japanese product, all right. Trying to simplify things by complicating them. Ghetto says,
Hey, but it's cheap.
yeah, because it's cheaply made. Ghetto says
Yeah,
a washboard's all you need. We're not
and
gonna
for a dryer,
let
good
that.
old wind power.
Oh, so like real Japanese residents.
Exactly.
Hopefully it doesn't rain a lot where we live.
Oh no.
Exactly.
Hopefully it doesn't rain a lot in the July. Oh.
Actually, no, it's gonna get dry real quick.
No, I don't know. It's sometimes actually no, it's just hit or miss with Texas weather.
Oh, it's always hit or miss. Always. Oh,
I guess I never missed,
oh, shut. Why you?
huh?
Dang, I wish I had my own little button so I can go boo. But I don't have that because I'm not a top tier streamer like Jack.
Yeah. There you go.
That's not it. That's not
I
even
know.
the right one.
I know. I don't have a boo.
Oh, you
But
know,
I do have this one where I just kind of constantly go censor everything.
I read that as less a censor and more like you're doing Morse code.
Oh, sorry. Let me do this too. Let me do. Okay, so do you know what this one is? Let me see.
No, I don't know
No.
anymore. I don't. I don't know any Morse code. My only attempt of learning Morse code was that one 3DS game, and that was it.
Basically, that's the Morse code for SOS.
Gale says, "Well, Jack is canceled." Finally, he's on the receiving end this time.
Finally.
Oh man, let's see what's that. Let's see how long. Oh, we're coming.
Seriously, did I have this correct? Oh, it's not the right. I don't have it output on mine, so I can't hear it.
Well, it's important that only I hear it, and I can tell you for sure that it works.
Yeah, but then my Twitch doesn't hear it.
Well, good. Well, I guess you're not a top tier streamer, then, are you?
Oh, that's because of this. I'm dumb. There we go. I muted myself. So voice mod has a button where it says mute for me.
Wait, were you muted the whole time on the Twitch side?
Oh no.
Oh,
When I
okay.
say like voice mod,
Okay.
I mean like as in it will mute the soundboard for me.
Oh, thank God. That would have been crazy.
Although
Although.
in the very beginning of this stream, whenever we were barely doing like the first 10 seconds,
Right.
I realized my mic wasn't saying anything, and it turned out because of Rocksmith,
Oh, God.
it switched my mic audio to default, which for some weird reason default doesn't recognize, hey, my USB mic, that should be default. But no.
No, because Ubisoft. And also, Ghetto says that was some of the foulest language he ever heard in his life. Okay. Yeah, yeah. This Jack's a sailor. Jack's a sailor. Ladies, gentlemen, mostly gentlemen. He likes his semen. And yes, he does go. And yes, it does. He does. The decks, of course. You reach around the decks. You gotta clean all the decks. Poop deck, short, all that. All that sailor jargon.
Enemy spotted.
That's what Jack.
I just wanted to press that button.
That's what Jack thinks every time he sees a woman.
Enemy spotted. No, that's you.
No, that's not. That's not me. Cut to a montage of me saying a bunch of misogynist stuff, which are not. I never said anything legitimately misogynist. I just have criticisms of women. That's all. Critiques, if you will. Critiques. They're not misogyny. It's merely criticism. Like for example, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't hanging with no. Well, you know the rest. It's the great Kanyan Weast, as always says. But I think it's about time to start closing tonight's episode. Sponsored by nothing, because not big enough for sponsors yet.
One day.
I wonder if we do. I wonder what sponsor will we get if we ever get one.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, that could be a reality if Vessel and the Dandy becomes huge. Like that's the question we ask ourselves: do we accept the Raid sponsorship or not?
It's like it's gonna be they're gonna be like we need you to involve our game in your next song. And it's just gonna be me rapping, and then in the middle of it, a very abrupt cut of Raid Shadow Legends.
The beat stop just hear Raid Shadow Legends download today. Then the song continues.
It's your boy Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my god, that's a good laugh. All right, let's actually start. Oh, you know what? You know what we need? We need some close. You know what? Oh, you know what's some good thing? We need some closing music. That's what we like. Music to play while we're closing out. Well, not like when it's over, but like as we're I'll figure that part out in the future. That's something at least I could do. But yeah, let's actually start closing.
I'm gonna steal that idea. Too late.
There's no stealing here. We can both do it. It's not.
Hello, Alexa. That is not a robot. I don't know. I feel like you are kind of a robot.
Oh, do we have a bot in the chat?
No. It literally says Alexa _ not _ the _ robot.
Reported
So,
with,
I don't know.
Reported with extreme prejudice.
I don't know. I'm stuttering too now. I'm suspecting it might be a robot.
See how it feels.
Contagious.
See how it feels.
It's contagious. No.
I don't know. Am I Wait, what?
I don't know. Am I a robot?
We don't care enough to find out. But let's actually start closing this stuff. Jack, anything to announce?
The only thing I have to announce is I am going to be taking a quick break this week. I'm trying to find a good artist.
Nani?
Remember for the thing that we were talking about?
So.
Shut up. You're hurting my feelings.
What? Well, that's how the Japanese do it. Well, nandayo. Wait, what? Nandes?
I stutter one
No,
time.
no, that wasn't making fun of the stuttering. Like literally.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, like It's like how it's in Japan, like when someone's like saying an agreement or something, they'll go so.
Really? That's
Yeah,
weird.
unless they're confusing it with the Chinese. Either case, it's something Asian.
I think you are confusing it. I've never heard anything like that. But either way,
I think it's Korean
uh,
actually.
could be. But either way, yeah, I'm gonna be looking for that, and also I'm trying to figure out the program that actually works with TTS. So, for people on Twitch, this is so sadly for the people on YouTube, it's gonna be exclusive to Twitch because I have no idea how I can do it for YouTube. But hopefully with the Twitch side, I can make it more interactive. And with that, I want to add in some commands. Of course, that will have cooldowns, and I'll have to check other things too with the minute details. But yeah,
But yeah,
hopefully that will make it more interactive on the Twitch side,
so yeah,
and help me out.
big things coming to the Twitch end, and that be all.
Yep.
All right. And as far as on my end, on good old plain Jane YouTube, um, the current video is I'm almost editing it. Unlike your boy Zach, I actually have a good excuse why it's taking so long to for me to release it, because I got injured.
Yep, that is a thing.
So because that would have that didn't happen, that would have been already been out. But as it stands, I had whatever making sure what time I do have I do have in my regular days to at least put some time into the editing thing, even if it's little by little, because it is not gonna be a long video, but it's something that I do want to release, as because it is a very important review. At least for me, it is important. Aside from that, when the review is done, I am gonna be debating on what next video to do, because I've stated before many episodes ago that I need to kind of think about pretty much what direction I really need to focus on in terms of video content. Because frankly, I've done so many different things that I really don't know what I should focus on. More comic reviews, Spider Blood, Hat Cross, the new Black Friday videos, and of course I have not been doing any Sunday streams, so that almost because my Sundays has gotten much busier. So that's something I'm gonna have to be thinking about after I finish this current video, and see what, at least for the time being, what direction I want to take the video content of this channel. So, but with that, and also in streaming related news, this Saturday I will do a somewhat endurance stream, and I'm going to finish Devil May Cry 2, Lucia's campaign all in one go, so I can finally never play that game again. Oh Lord, help me. I think I might need you on support for that one, just because. Jack,
I'll be there to demoralize you.
Jack, no, just don't play Play every other Devil May Cry game except for Devil May Cry 2 and DMC. All of the rest, play them, but don't play DMC 2. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm gonna 100% the game, so to speak, whatever that means. And be a big endurance stream on this Saturday. And I will have to actually announce here. I haven't told this to Jack, but Jack will know now. Fortunately, there will not be a episode next week, and for a simple reason, because of work. I will not be available next Wednesday evening for an episode of the show. So the next episode will be coming in 2 weeks from now, just due to my work schedule. Okay, now that's all I have to announce. So until then, thank you very much for joining us in episode 119 of the JAC Show. Hope you enjoyed this back to normal episode. Okay, and hopefully we can do a few more before we do the next game or whatever thing we have planned. And maybe if Jack finally gets Rocksmith under control, that could be a potential cool thing to do to show off our talents, our very limited guitar talents.
Yeah.
hey, it will make us go better, and then it'll show, yeah, you can play video games, but can you play the guitar? That's what I thought. Name other YouTubers that can talk about comic books, video games, and play an instrument. I thought so. You can't name one because they don't exist yet. Not yet. All right, then. That's enough for tonight. Have a good evening, good morning, afternoon, whatever it is. And this is Hack and Jack signing out.
Goodbye, everyone.